With sugar and spice and a roll of the dice, you're listening to The Dice Girls.
It's the most painfully awkward meditation session ever.
Oh my gosh. So, yes, that happens. Essentially, you force yourself to kind of like exit the meditation. And Kai and Triggus have been watching you meditate, and your golden glow fades away as you open your eyes.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hey. How are your sky friends?
Great. I got to talk to Bahamut this time.
Oh.
Yeah, he's doing good. Yeah, that helped. I got to talk to Bahamut. This is turns out this place is a sanctuary for all gods. So that's pretty cool. I didn't get his autograph, but he did tell me that he was able to talk to Hector, and I didn't know this, but Hector...
Sorry.
Triggus has been hitting the bubble trees.
Triggus was just drinking the bubble gun.
Oh, I didn't see that.
But yeah, Bahamut's he was able to speak with Hector. I didn't know this, but Hector worshipped Bahamut too.
Oh.
And so, but I couldn't talk to Hector. He couldn't give me a message back from Hector, but I did ask him, even though he's a god. Oh my gosh, I can't believe oh, it's okay. It's okay. I just have my god running my errands.
That would be what Rhakna would feel guilty about.
Yeah.
Whew, it's okay. He was able to tell Hector. I asked him to tell Hector that all of us really miss him. All three of us and Bastion.
And nobody else.
And that's it. And that's all. So he said that, well, I told you I couldn't get his autograph, but he did say that Hector would let me have his pendant, his Bahamut pendant necklace that he wears, that I didn't know he wears. I feel like we were so close to Hector, but there was still so much we didn't know about him.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, he said that once we have Hector's possessions, that things will be more clear. And I don't know what that means yet.
Hopefully it means he has a will.
I really hope he has just a will that he carries around. That would be very convenient. But that was good. I feel a little better, you guys. Good. How are y'all doing? I don't know if Rhakna says y'all, but how are y'all doing?
Yeah, I don't know if you're like golden light has like side effects or like secondhand effects, but I feel better too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? How long has it been? Is it time? Have we got any updates yet?
I look at the sky and look at the sun.
It's like as you're asking that question, have we been in here long enough? This like little bluebird lands like on the ceiling of the sanctuary, the glass ceiling, and like starts tapping at it, like as if to get your attention. And then when you look up at it, it kind of starts like hopping and fluttering around, and like it heads off towards where out the front door would be.
Oh, is that Shael?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's Shael.
Let's go.
As you head out you leave the sanctuary and then out the front doors, you do see the little bluebird land on the road in front of you, and it transforms into Shael, who looks delighted to see the three of you, and she says, "I've got some unexpected news."
What? Oh,
Go ahead.
no, what is it?
It's this. And she like pulls out a piece of paper, a piece of parchment paper, like from her robes. And she stands up very tall and straight and reads it out loud. And it says, "In the event of my demise,
Oh, thank God.
please bequeath all of my belongings as they are to the adventurers Rhakna and Triggus, son of the sea, my most loyal and lovely customers. This includes my traveling workshop wagon and all of its contents, and care of my closest companion, Bastion the Clockwork Horse. If the adventurers mentioned cannot be found in a timely manner, please donate my belongings to the nearest town's tinker and see to it that Bastion the Clockwork Horse is returned to the jeweler Romulus of Narstad, who will know what to do with him."
Oh, we really were his closest friends.
We were his family.
Oh, that's really sweet.
I mean, we did buy him out every time he came by.
That's true. Yeah,
That's
what
true.
you got?
Like 80% of your belongings, I feel like, came from Hector.
Yeah.
Oh, he just knew it would end up in our hands anyways. And let's go check it out, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go tinker.
So Shael has this paper in her hands, and she says, I flew ahead a little. Roke is on his way with the wagon, and Bastion, who is feeling a little better once we read this thing out loud to him.
Oh.
He didn't need to... Bastion's pulling Hector's cart again.
Oh,
Yay.
he's not on the depression card. That's the best news I've heard all day.
Yes, it should be here very shortly.
Well, I'm glad that Bastion perked up when he heard that we were going to be his new caretakers. That's always good.
I don't know many horses that would.
Yeah.
So it's nice to feel wanted.
By a horse companion. Oh, well, I mean, when they get here, let's take a look at what's inside and see what we can do with everything. I mean, it always seemed like he had quite a lot of stuff, so I wonder if it's going to be too much for us. We'll just have to see, I guess.
Luckily, it's all on a cart.
That's
so
true.
It's transportable.
Yes, but does the cart fold up like our boat does?
I doubt it.
With all the stuff in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We might have to see what we can do with everything.
Yeah. We might have to bag of fittings the cart.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Does that work that way? Does that work that way? Oh, we broke the DM.
I don't know.
I don't
feel like,
see why not.
That's what I'm thinking. Why wouldn't it?
Oh my gosh.
All the items in the cart are like part of the cart.
Right.
Yeah.
My only question, I guess, would be, does your bag of fittings have like a weight limit
No.
or a size
We
limit?
put a turtle dragon in the bag.
Yeah.
Very true.
I don't know if it has
I don't
a
think-
limit.
I think a turtle dragon weighs more than a cart, I would imagine.
Even
mean,
in the
it's
dream
huge.
plane.
If,
Yes.
To be fair, if any cart weighed more than a turtle dragon, it would be Hector's cart, I feel like.
It's true.
That's fair.
Something going on there that we don't know about.
Pocket dimension.
Yes.
Pocket dimension inside of a pocket dimension.
Yes. You put it in there and just open up a black hole. I'm kidding. That's not going to happen.
Maybe.
Spoilers.
The end. Oh my gosh. I think that would probably work.
Well, maybe it's an easier solution than I thought.
Shall we get this paper to the proper... And she kind of gestures towards the temple.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
go give this to Flarb.
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 Flard.
Flard.
Flard with an S.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
why I keep
Yes.
trying to.
He's Flard.
He's Flard.
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 Let's get this to Flard.
The three of you, Shayel says she's going to wait outside for Rogue, who really is only like 15 maybe minutes behind. The three of you find Flard still in his office. He's sitting at the desk and writing in his notebook.
Well, we lucked out. Hector did have a will.
Oh, things are always so much easier when someone has one of those.
We really should write our own wills before we set out.
Oh, yes.
We can come back to that later. Here's Hector's.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Flard takes the will and he reads over it and he's nodding his head as he reads and says, "Well, this sounds very simple and straightforward. I do have here a box of Hector's belongings that were on him, and now I may release that box to the three of you."
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
And he holds out it's kind of like it's one of the smaller ones. It's like the boxes that are stacked around the room. It has Hector's name and the date on it.
Triggus grabs it and opens it up. Wow, that's a cool pendant.
There is a pendant inside. It's on a brown leather cord. There's a few small pieces of scrap metal, and Flard says, I saved his clothes for, obviously, his service. They were his only set of clothing that I had to work with, but these are the rest of his belongings that he had.
Yeah, I think this is the pendant that Bahamut was talking about, so I'm just gonna reach in here and take this. It's got his face on it, not Hector's Bahamut's. And so if you guys, right? Yeah. Okay.
You still feel awkward even though your god,
the god
told you.
Your
It's
dragon
yours.
god told you that it's okay.
Okay. And she just takes it and puts it on.
When you clasp the cord, the necklace, as it touches your skin, it gets that same golden glow that you get when you're meditating sometimes. Just for a moment when it first touches you, and then it kind of fades into a really almost imperceptible golden glow, but it's still there.
Ooh, shiny.
And then Flard looks at the three of you and he says, "Well, now that Hector's belongings are taken care of and spoken for, if you would like to have Hector's service and I know you have places to be, if you would like to do his service now and then you may be on your way before nightfall, we can accommodate that."
Yeah, I think everybody we need to invite is already in town, right? So, yeah, okay.
Okay. Flard kind of explains to you, since you look like you just had a realization.
I did. Do we have the teleportation stick?
Nope.
No, dang it.
You gave it
To
Sadie.
Sadie, yeah.
Yeah, Sadie and Taru.
That's right.
Darn it. I just thought because, Bastion would go to Romulus that I should try and invite Romulus, but...
I see, yeah.
Yeah, we can't really do that, so never
We
mind.
can live stream it.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay. You can be in charge of that.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know how we'll do that. So you hold the camera.
Triggus just sends message to everyone he knows.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. And will I be performing this ceremony, or will one of you be performing Hector's ceremony?
It would probably be best if you'd performed Hector's ceremony.
It might take 3 times as long if one of us performs it.
Yeah.
Flard leads the three of you into the sanctuary, and there is basically a casket, and he kind of goes up behind the podium, and he almost just like kind of stands and waits for the three of you to, if you would like to go past the casket and say something, or if you would like to just sit and wait for the service. And
Yeah, I'm going to go up to the casket. And I am going to cast... I, as a paladin, have something called Funeral Rite that I would like to use.
oh my god, I'm so excited! I don't know what's going on and I love it.
Do you want to put on your priest robes first?
Oh my
Do I have
goodness.
priest robes?
Yeah, in
you
your
do.
priest pack that you got.
Oh, I so put on my priest robes.
Heck yes. Oh my goodness. What does this spell look like?
I think it looks a lot like prayer. I think Rhakna goes up to the casket and she stands close and tilts her head down a bit and has her hands clasped together and closes her eyes and says under her breath, "I cast ceremony." This is how she was taught to do this. Not knowing that she didn't have to say it. And
They sure did do a number on her.
Right? Those meanies. Sure.
Thankfully, that's going to be as far as it goes on this particular spell. Her clasped hands, she's going to whisper under her breath, and then she's going to take her right hand will press against her heart, and her left hand she'll reach out and she'll gently touch like Hector's shoulder.
Okay.
And when she touches him, it's like a ripple, like when you touch still water and it ripples out. A golden ripple extends out over Hector.
Aww.
That's
love
nice.
Yeah, that's it. Rhakna backs away slowly.
Very cool.
Does Triggus have anything to say to Hector?
Yeah, Triggus goes up to the casket and leans in, and he whispers, "What ho, Hector? It is I, Triggus Garganath, son of the sea. I have been pretending that I thought you were sleeping because I didn't want Rhakna and Kai to be sad, but I know that you're gone, and I miss you a lot, but I know that it really is like you are sleeping, but you're awake in the afterlife."
Oh,
Right? I like that.
Kai, do you want to? He's sleeping, so you just have to kind
I'll
of,
be real quiet.
yeah, be
Okay.
real quiet while
Yeah.
you're talking to him.
Yeah. Kai, she doesn't say anything out loud. I think she should just put her hand over his, and like in her mind, she'd just be like, "Thank you."
Aww.
Then she goes sit down.
that's very Kai.
After the three of you are all sitting, Flard looks at you and he smiles that very sharp, toothy grin. Not grin, but he smiles at you. And he clears his throat and he says, "Hector was an adept tinkerer whose inventions brought much joy and usefulness to those fortunate enough to cross paths with his traveling shop. From what I know of him, he was fiercely loyal to his companion, a clockwork horse named Bastion. Hector's life was difficult at times, but full of many, many, many smiles. And we are here today to remember those smiles and take them with us, even though we have to leave our friend behind. And we'll have a moment of silence now before we say goodbye."
Do we do the silence?
I think we actually do the silence. Do we do a little bit of silence for Hector on our podcast? We could.
Just like
I just like to think of us just sitting there.
a solid minute of just dead air.
Oh my gosh. After the moment of silence, Flard, he kind of goes around to one of the flower bushes and he cuts off one of the little flowers and he puts it with Hector before he closes the casket. And he says, the three of you may spend as long or as little as you wish in here. I will be in my office if you have any questions. And he leaves the sanctuary.
Triggus goes over and pops open the casket.
I mean, at least it was open before.
Yeah. And then he just takes out a little jar of hair and just sticks it in Hector's pocket.
That's so sweet. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. I just think maybe we spend a moment there with Hector, talking to him a little bit and talking about him a little bit before we go. Yeah.
I'd like to. Could we join hands and?
Oh God.
Sing him a little song.
No, that's even worse than I thought. I don't know why that didn't even cross my mind. That Triggus would want to sing him a song. I didn't even think about that. Okay.
So Triggus reaches out his hands to Kai and Rhakna.
Yeah, Rhakna takes this as
willingly, or is it forced?
Rhakna takes this very seriously and takes your hand immediately.
Kai does a big sigh and then reaches out her hand. Oh God.
Trinket man. Trinket man. We miss you.
I did not know that Triggus had it in him to sing like
do somber. I think Kai's other hand is clasped over her mouth, so that because she's trying to be respectful, but also it's hard.
That's beautiful.
Is that the whole song?
Trinket man.
And Rhakna having figured out the words. With Rhakna having figured out the words, quietly sings along with Triggus. With her head down. Very seriously.
And then once Rhakna starts singing along, Kai rolls her eyes. What? And she grumbles along with them.
Grumble.
Trinket man. Trinket man. Trinket man. The Dice Girls planned funeral. Oh my gosh. Hire us to perform your service.
Man, we make funerals funny. This is great. What a gift.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think the amount of real crying and laugh crying is about equal on this episode.
Yes. And just for those out there listening, we do have a box of tissues in the center of the table.
Yes.
And it is seeing heavy use.
Yes.
I like to think that after we're all done singing together, that we all kind of laugh about it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love that. It's a very Dice Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to say goodbye, but
We have to back out awkwardly one last time
oh,
for Hector.
why was that emotional for me?
He's just sleeping, Rhakna.
Yes, Triggus, he's just sleeping. And then we back away. Awkwardly.
You're as you head out of the sanctuary awkwardly as you leave the sanctuary and head back outside, you are pretty much just in time to see Roke. Basically, you see Bastion first. You see Bastion coming up the road carrying what used to be Hector's wagon and what is now your wagon. When Bastion sees you, if he had a mane, he would have flicked it, almost as if he's saying that he's glad to be with the three of you.
I take one of the pieces of scrap metal from Hector's stash and feed it to him.
Oh, Bastion loves it. He gobbles it right down.
Looks like you're stuck with us, dude. Sorry about that.
He makes a clockwork horse noise and like flicks his mane again, his non-existent mane.
Right.
Let's take a look inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The three of you head back around to the back of Hector's wagon where the door is.
We've never actually been inside before.
You haven't been inside of Hector's wagon before. You open up the door and you peer inside at all of Hector's belongings. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Oh, that's evil.
But also perfect.
Yep.
The end.